There are transmissions that clarify mysteries, transmissions that confirm theories. And then there are transmissions that break everything. Transmissions that force scientists to freeze mid-sentence, stare at their monitors in silence, and wonder whether humanity has just crossed a line it was never meant to cross. Voyager 2, drifting alone through the deep vacuum of space for more than 46 years, has just sent one of those transmissions. What arrived through NASA's Deep Space Network this time was unlike the plasma hums, solar echoes, or interstellar shocks detected before. Instead, it carried structured patterns, layered, rhythmic pulses buried within the faintest whisper of radio energy, traveling more than 12 billion miles across the void. Even more unsettling, this new signal arrived after Voyager 2 had lost contact with Earth for 7 months, after NASA managed to realign its antenna against overwhelming odds, and after every remaining scientific instrument had been pushed well beyond its intended lifespan. The transmission came when Voyager should have been silent. It came from a place where no spacecraft had ever remained operational for so long. It came from a region where the sun's influence fades and the true environment of our galaxy begins. The tone of the mission team says everything. Voyager 2 did not simply send back data. It transmitted something that feels like a warning, a whisper, or perhaps even a message from deep space itself. Tonight, we follow the story from the launch of the twin Voyager probes to the moment this extraordinary transmission reached Earth. Along the way, we explore why this single fragment of radio energy has left NASA both fascinated and deeply puzzled, struggling to explain what Voyager 2 may have encountered. Before we can understand the transmission, we must first understand the machine that sent it. That story begins with a planetary alignment, so rare that it occurs only once every 176 years. Back in 1965, when space exploration was still more dream than established science, a graduate student named Gary Flandreau, armed with little more than a pencil and an instinct for orbital mechanics, discovered a remarkable cosmic configuration. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune were slowly moving into a perfect gravitational alignment, a celestial staircase that would allow a spacecraft to leap from one giant planet to the next, using each world's gravity as a slingshot. This alignment would reduce what should have been a 30-year journey to only about 12 years. When NASA recognized what Flandreau had discovered, the agency transformed its entire strategy and quietly began building 2 spacecraft that would use this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to escape the solar system altogether. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 were born from that rare cosmic window. They were designed to climb a ladder of gravity and reach worlds no human eyes had ever seen before. What no one realized at the time, however, was that this same alignment would also send the Voyager probes deep into interstellar space, into regions where the sun's influence collapses and only the raw environment of the galaxy remains. The same gravitational alignment that made the grand tour of the outer planets possible also made this remarkable transmission possible. Voyager 2 launched on the 20th of August, 1977. It was a modest-looking spacecraft wrapped in gold-colored insulation, powered by the heat from decaying plutonium, and guided by computers that possess less memory than a modern digital watch. Despite its humble technology, it became one of the greatest explorers in human history. It survived Jupiter's intense radiation belts. It passed safely through Saturn's ring system. It endured the frozen wilderness of Uranus. It then became the only spacecraft ever to visit Neptune, flying past its sapphire-blue atmosphere, while observing the great dark spot swirling beneath clouds rich in methane. Along the way, Voyager 2 discovered new moons, previously unknown rings, active volcanoes, nitrogen geysers, extreme winds, and countless mysteries that astronomers continue to investigate today. Then, after its cameras were switched off and its final images stored on its aging tape recorder, Voyager 2 crossed the boundary where the solar system ends, the heliopause, and entered interstellar space. Since then, it has relied on NASA's Deep Space Network to whisper signals across a distance so immense that each transmission now takes roughly 18 hours to reach Earth. But the story did not end there. As Voyager 2 continued its journey into the darkness, its power supply steadily declined. NASA shut down heaters, switched off scientific instruments, and sacrificed one non-essential system after another simply to keep the spacecraft alive. Even so, in 2020, Voyager 2 fell completely silent for 7 months, disappearing into the void. When NASA finally restored communication, the spacecraft behaved in ways that no one expected. Its data became inconsistent. Its orientation appeared to correct itself under puzzling circumstances. Soon afterwards, the first unusual anomalies began appearing in its measurements. Those same anomalies are now reportedly resurfacing in its latest transmission. Voyager 2 did far more than explore planets. It revealed entire worlds that transformed our understanding of the solar system. When it reached Jupiter, it returned breathtaking images of swirling storms and iridescent cloud systems larger than Earth itself. It recorded lightning flashing across the giant planet's night side, while its cameras captured volcanic eruptions on Io, the first active volcanoes ever observed beyond Earth. Those discoveries alone would have secured Voyager's place in scientific history. But the mission was only beginning. At Saturn, Voyager 2 navigated through a dangerous maze of icy ring particles, surviving impacts from debris traveling at thousands of miles per hour. It flew past Titan, detecting an atmosphere even denser than Earth's and revealing chemical mysteries that scientists continue to study decades later. Then came Uranus, the coldest and perhaps the strangest of the giant planets. Voyager 2 discovered new rings, found 10 previously unknown moons, observed a dramatically tilted magnetic field, and encountered a world that appeared to have been knocked onto its side by an ancient cosmic collision. Finally came Neptune, a world of astonishing extremes.